On aboard.
The
train is here.
Okay.
Oh, only 5 p.m. Hey, Idaho Garden Girl, how you doing today?
Hello, everybody. I am here tonight.
We actually, I don't know. I think it almost got it. Yeah, it's 50 degrees now, so it did make it to 50 today. So,
What is it? Thursday? Supposed to be 78 degrees here.
yeah, it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be in the 70s here.
Well, now,
GH2 didn't tell me what the weather is going to be this week yet.
Now, the way I heard, and Lord God, I hope I'm wrong.
Oh, it went back down. It's going to be 69.
The end of this month is supposed to turn off cold.
Yeah, they always say there's one more at the end of March.
Oh yeah,
but
And
again, they said it's going to be a dark, freezing cold winter this year, and it sure wasn't.
Yeah, really. I found out years ago. Whatever they say, if we're going to have a heavy winter, we ain't having jack.
Well, I don't think it was the news people, because I don't watch them anyway, but I think it's the armchair meteorologist people.
Al Bundy.
Yeah, I think we got up to 67 here, but yeah, after today, it shows it going steadily, kind of creeping on up. Got a couple of 80-degree days this week.
Well, see, you're a little bit closer south than I am. And don't even get started with that bushcraft.
Well, it's 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in Georgia, and the sun's still out, so it's officially spring for me.
Definitely. Now, springtime for me is when I can walk around in my bibs and barefooted with a straw hat on.
I got clouds in the background because somebody said I should have what my weather is as my background.
What you should do is have a picture of your bunker out there with the clouds over it.
Oh,
what's up, Nuthouse?
Hey, how's it going, Jeff?
Mike.
Hey, Peanut.
Hey, what's up, Bush? How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Awesome. Man.
We here. Oh, all of my Timo stuff come in.
Oh, right. Huh?
Yeah. You could say that with a lot of professions. I'll put it that way. That's unless you know the person. I'll go with the bushcrafting type people. Like if it was Les Stroud, I would pay attention to what he said, because he goes out and does it, and he'll sit there for 6-8 hours trying to make a fire, and he'll tell you it wasn't easy.
Wow.
And then there's people like, oh, that's easy. I can do that. I can do that in 5 minutes. I'll have a fire going.
I'm going to say, show me.
you know they're full of crap.
That's where the show me comes in.
Yeah. There was somebody that I was actually up on their panel, and we were talking, and he was putting off like he could do this and do that, and I said, well, how long does it take you to make a bow and drill fire? No time at all.
Yeah.
And that right there told me that he didn't know what he was talking about, because I mean, an expert, and I'm calling Les Stroud, and that's the Survivor Man. He does it, he's done it in different regions and everything. And he's been in a desert and tried to make a fire, and it was really hard. And that's the thing. It's you can't just say, "Oh, I can do it, no problem," because you don't know, the climate, the humidity. There's so much things involved in it. You just can't say, "Oh, it's easy. I can do it in 5 minutes," or whatever.
And you got to have the right type of wood to do it with.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Ooh, thank you.
Unless you're carrying your own bow and bow drill with you, that's the thing. You have to find the materials to do it. And that's going to take more than 5 minutes just to find the materials.
Look,
if you find the right ones.
Yeah,
I've been trying ever since 2019 to get a fire going with a bow drill. I can do it with a striker. I can do it with a match, whatever. Bow drill, that is the hardest to get a fire started.
Is that the thing with the string? Like you're pulling the string back and forth, and it kind of like builds up friction or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
That looks like hard.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When
I can do it with charcoal.
When you get your board, the board and the spindle itself have to be two different types of wood.
Yeah.
You have to have a hard one and a soft one.
So I wasn't going to say that.
The board the board has usually you make the board the soft one. That's why if you see somebody that does it a lot, they'll have a bunch of holes where they've done it before, because just going back and forth, once that hole gets so big, then it doesn't create enough friction anymore. So you have to start with another hole and another notch.
Dude, I've even threw a couple of drops of gasoline in my bow drill, and it didn't do it. I even tried it with a cordless drill.
Don't you have to have like some? I don't know anything about it, but is there like a little bit of kindling or something that you have to have with it to catch it, or cloth or cotton?
No, that's afterwards.
Yeah.
This is just because what it does when that spindle is going back and forth, all the little shavings come off and they heat up and they fall down that little crack that little notch that you put in there, and you have it on, a leaf or something that'll hold it. Once those embers start smoldering, then you take it over to your bird's nest. Is your kindling type stuff, and then you and pray that it starts.
Is that from like Native Americans, or when did that
that's your most primitive,
way before
most primitive way to start fires.
Damn.
Yeah, that's caveman type.
Ordeals.
Way back in the boony days.
Right.
Yeah, when the lighters and the matches run out and your striker is long gone.
There's the hand drill, which
no, I'm not even trying that. I can't even get a bow drill.
That hurts.
I bet even the other one would hurt after a while, like 6 hours of doing anything. After a while,
there's if you watch some of his shows, and this are some of these places were dry areas, and there's there's another one where you slice bamboo in half, and you put notches in it, and you put your kindling inside there, and then once you start going back and forth over top of each other, it creates friction, and that's what creates those embers. And bamboo is hard, so it takes a lot of work to get that to work.
Yeah. Sandy, not always. She said there's always a magnifying glass to get one started.
I was thinking the same thing. Actually, unless it's foggy, or something.
I have 3 magnifying glasses in my bug out bag in different areas. I don't keep them in the same.
What's the
section.
other thing you do? You where it's like the 2 rocks or something? Like, is it like that's
It's
flint or
flint and
something?
steel.
That seems
Yeah.
way easier to do that way.
Oh yeah, if you can find, and that's the thing.
Also, way easier to strike your thumb with that thing too.
you get the guys that have a stainless steel knife. Oh, I can get this going, and he's hitting his flint with it, and nothing's happening because it has to be carbon.
Ah,
There's a chance you can get it if you just hit it right and take off the stainless steel part, but yeah. And that's why I always say, no matter who is up on YouTube or the TV, do your research on anything. Because just because it looks like they can do it very easily, doesn't mean that's the case.
Or like opening up a can with a spoon. They make it look so easy, but it takes a little time.
Well, even that little what you call it one, the military one, that thing's a pain. Yeah, that thing's a pain. But I think it's easier. I think it's easier than that other one, the old-fashioned ones, because you had to get it right on the lip perfectly. I ain't seen that can opener for a long time though.
How about that one?
No, I'm talking about the home one. That's a
military. Oh, the round handled one.
No, it had like a little hook thing.
Yeah,
you had to go.
I got one of them too.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, somewhere in the drawer. I got 6 drawers.
Nowadays, it's just that little twisty thing. You go like that, and
let me show you. The best can opener to use when you're outside.
Well,
that's good right there.
That's how many people have a can opener, and I'm not talking about a knife. Can opener in their bug out bags.
Me.
They don't even have to have cans. That's the thing. A lot of people say, well, I'm never going to carry a can, but that doesn't mean when you get hungry and you find a can of dog food or something, I guarantee you're going to want to open that thing up.
Well, that's true. You know, but me, I got to be mighty hungry. But I do know other ways to open up a can without a can opener. And I'm not going to say right yet. I'm just going to see if chat knows of ways.
If you have like you're next to a sidewalk or a flat rock, you can take the can and go like this upside down and rub it, and it'll rub off the edge of the top of that and open right up.
That was what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how many times has people gone to the store and buy a manual can opener and come
on the fire and run? Hide.
Yeah, only if it's a can of beans do you run. I wonder why that is. A can of beans will explode.
The same reason you explode when you eat them.
Not if you put baking soda in it, you don't explode. Robert Bates, he buys a can opener 3 times a year.
Yeah, they don't last like the old ones.
You got that crap right.
Oh, and I have the electric one yet, and I'll put the can on there, and that thing spins around, doesn't do a dang thing, and I'll clap it back down there, and pretty soon I've been known to throw them across the room. And then go in my drawer and get the manual one and use it.
I've been known to throw a few telephones across the room. But
I'll rip the manual right in half, man. They don't stand a chance.
Okay.
You say dull easy or something, right? Is what the blade dulls maybe?
the blade
at the 15-minute mark now, so we can talk about the other stuff.
Oh, yeah, 15.
Yeah, well, that's 15 minutes.
But I didn't hear your timer go off.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I got likes, and I won't repeat them because that's from Facebook. But
well, I'm a firm believer in can openers. Damn.
Okay. Now, and some people take this the wrong way, and some, and I'm guilty of one of these. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, you hear people saying you need this, you need that, and everything. Now the first one's really gonna get at people. And these are things that, you know, preppers, they stockpile a lot of this stuff. And this is not my list, so we're going off of them. And I kind of do agree with the first one in a small way. But 10 overrated prepping items you really don't need. Now, the first one is pew pew. Now,
no shit.
No, wait. Now it says there are people who will carry that they've made videos and everything, and they've got a hunting rifle, and then they got an AR, and they have a shotgun over here. And they have a couple pistols on the side. That's overrated. You don't need that many.
You don't need but one.
Exactly. And I see, when I first read that, I'm like, wait, no, you need protection. And then I started reading further and further down here, and then it was going over what this guy's seen in this video. He's carrying about 50 pounds of, and this wasn't ammo. He's carrying over 50 pounds just in protection.
That's if you're like not staying in a place, but where you're like out like roaming or whatever, like the bag, and you're on the.
Well, see, that's the whole thing with the prepping thing. It's in case you need to, you bug out. Because I'm never, like, if an EMP boof goes off, I'm not going to go and run away from my house for the first 5 minutes. I'm going to stay there as long as possible until it's not safe for me and the family.
You already have shelter and everything. In there.
I kind of agree with Robert Bates.
Well, which gun? Well, I'm sorry. Gum. What kind of gum do I like?
Juicy fruit.
Right.
Well, me, and that's just me. I'd rather have for a long rifle, and it's going to be light because it's going to be a 22. Now, my pistol will be a little bit heftier because it has to stop somebody up close.
I got 2 calibers for that.
And that's the thing. And there'll be some people saying, well, no, you need a 30-30 or you need a M1 or something big. I've taken down countless deer with a 22, one shot.
Yeah.
You just have to be good.
Got it. Yeah, I heard that before. Like if you're good with a weapon, that if you're a really good shot, it just depends if you could place it in the right space. I really don't know, and I'm a terrible shot, so I mean,
Yeah.
that wouldn't work.
Aim small, miss small.
Well, what's
Yeah.
behind the eyeball? The brain.
For some people, yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that one, what? But you pop it. Okay, I know what Bushcraft's talking about. But for some people, if you're close enough to a deer, you pop one. I hate to say it, but you pop one in the eye, he's going down because behind the eye is the brain.
Yeah. But that has to be a very good shot because they don't have real big eyeballs.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
when you can hit, but some people out there, and at one time I was one of these people. I could hit a turkey in the head with a 22.
Yeah.
That's what I went hunting with, was 22. Because to me, it wasn't a challenge with a shotgun.
So the small round, I guess you could use it for smaller game too. Is that the philosophy behind it?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. See, you could use it with
Squirrel,
you could use it on birds, like Jeff said, but that's a big bird. But you can use it on small birds.
pigeon.
Depending how good you are, you can use it on a chipmunk. If you're not good, then I wouldn't use it on a chipmunk because there won't be nothing left. You'll be picking up pieces all over the place.
Yeah, really.
So it's more versatile. So if you're going to
Yeah.
have to carry something or lug it around with you, it that gives you more success rate in whatever becomes available to you, I guess.
And
Yes.
it is a lot more quiet than anything else you're going to use.
30 or 7mm or AR-15. I mean, shit,
Yeah.
all you got to do is put your plastic jug over the barrel.
Whoa, Jeff.
Okay.
It's only when you're pouring yourself some milk with your cookies. But yeah, all
Right.
you need is something good for short range and a good long to medium range, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the side one is good for close range, is the way I look at it. So
yeah.
If you have to use
it's
that,
a 12 gauge.
yeah, if they're that close to you,
Might as well
it doesn't make a difference if they can hear it or not because it's already there too close.
Yeah. And if you good, well, let's say with a 308, it's going to take them a few minutes to figure out which direction it come from. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But you better be good. You better be damn good.
Oh yeah, and
So I guess
that's the thing. If you a lot of times if you shoot a 22, it's like it's coming from 20 different directions.
Yeah.
If it's a big caliber, whoosh, you automatically look where that's coming from because you can hear it.
Huh.
It's like a funnel. You can unless it's way far away.
Yeah, but damn, you must be talking what about a couple of 3 miles or more.
Oh yeah,
That's where I'm saying you better be damn good.
What if you had something like on wheels? You know what I mean? Like a something you could, or that's impractical. Like having something with
The motor can be heard, especially at nighttime.
but like without an engine, just like something to so you don't have a backpack, but like you're like something with like rugged wheels on it or something.
I want to know who's going to pull it.
Have you ever been out in the middle of nowhere to where there's no vehicles or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been in the mountains before, but not a whole lot. Yeah, but
See, in the mountains, they believe it or not, they do make noise.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a valley,
oh yeah, you're right.
where, I mean, you hear a squirrel flicking its tail.
Oh yeah, true that.
It's an unnatural noise. Someone to know it was somebody, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And what does bring something up there is, if you're from, you know, in the woods or in the country, I'll put it that way. If you're out in the woods, and the birds do something or a squirrel starts squawking, you know, there's somebody out there. You don't
Yep.
have to hear them. Mother Nature, the animals will tell you.
Exactly. Or like a flock of birds all of a sudden take off.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you see a deer running high speed, dude, either someone or something is more likely spooked that deer to where it's running like that. So
Yeah, that's why I
interesting.
always hated going hunting in public areas,
yeah,
because I'd be out there and being very quiet and going through the woods and stuff, and I could see all of a sudden here comes 3-4 deers running straight past me. It's
Mhm.
because somebody down the road there either were really stinky or they're loud. And they probably
Yep.
never even seen the deer, but they scared them away.
Now, what? Correct me on one thing. When
Just
you
one.
go hunting, and let's say the leaves a little bit crunchy and everything, the way you step, is it heel to toe or toe to heel?
You just want to be real lightfoot. I think you probably want to lead with your toes more. You got more control that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the whole process. You know, the deer, they can smell the least little thing, any fragrance, any deo. You got that. You know, you can't use no deodorant. They can smell and sense all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
and what's like 7 feet tall, so
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
gonna be hard to unless
Right.
you stand there looking like a tree.
Well, I don't know about up there, but here you have to wear orange when you go hunting.
oh yeah, yeah,
Is that for the other hunters?
I think
So
that's everywhere
Yes.
now,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
That's
You can
what
be
it
full
does.
camo. You just want to have your orange vest or orange pullover, something orange, high visibility.
Yeah.
Deer, supposedly deers can't see that particular shade or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Like they're
Well,
colorblind to it.
Yeah, it's
But
Murphy's Law.
a bear can sure see that color.
Oh, here comes lunch.
Just don't go hunting with Dick Cheney. You'll be all right.
Okay, our next one, and again, when you first hear it, it's like, wait a minute, that's a good thing. Oh, excuse me, but it's multi-tools, and notice I said multi-tools.
A hammer, axe, and
Well, no, multi-tools. It's all the little gadgets put into one little thing.
Like a
Oh,
Swiss
you-
Army
Like a
knife or
Swiss
something?
Army.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you may think, oh, well, those are good, but it depends on the quality of these things.
the name
Um,
ring.
Some people will pick these up and say, oh, this got this, it's got that, and then they'll start using it, and boom, there goes the saw. To me, I would rather have a nice fold up saw, other than trying to use a little blade about yay big to cut a log in half.
No, that's right.
Or
You
a
know,
hat.
that's the same thing with like the can openers. Boom, there goes the can opener. It breaks off, and then you don't have a can opener. Hey, you are.
Hey, Eric.
Hey,
What's up?
good evening.
That sounds like you just woke
Good to see
up.
you, buddy.
Hey, what? Now I woke up with a touch of laryngitis this morning. So,
Oh,
Oh,
man.
that's not good.
yeah.
That's what my wife prays for.
I don't either.
So I hear
Yeah,
y'all talking about
and-
some pew-pews.
What this article is saying is either get a very good Leatherman, and I'm not going to say goober,
Gerber.
Gerber.
because that everybody
Some of them-
wants one of those, and I would rather have a Leatherman. You
Some
know,
of them Gerbers is a good.
it's you make pay a little bit more, but they're well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
May.
Either that or carry a very nice pocket knife. And
Yeah.
instead of carrying 3 or 4 different multi-tools. Because I have received multi-tools for gifts.
Hey, Great Gams.
They're okay for, like, you know, around the house or something, but would you trust that to save your life? And that's why it's those that I've got for a gift are not in my bug out bag or my vehicle for that matter. Hey, Grape Jams.
Yeah, when it really comes to putting it to the test, yeah, a lot of them won't hold up.
Yeah, even just the screwdriver part. If you have a screw that you're trying to get out and it messes with that hinge on that multi-tool, every tool is pretty much useless because it's got so much give into it that you can't use them.
What
Or you can't pull them up.
Need to try it out before you really have to use it.
Yeah. And I've talked about this one. Here's the next one. It's Faraday cages. Protecting your electronics from EMPs and all that stuff. There's a bunch of, you know, EMP cloth, and there's different little gadgets, and they're telling people to put all their devices in microwaves. It'll protect it. It will, because it doesn't let anything out, so it'll be good.
No, it won't.
Believe it or not. Well, what would be able to tell you this? Some houses, and especially old houses, some of them may not even be grounded. You know, copper rod in the side of the house and on the ground into your house. That's one of the most important things of, you know,
It's 3 parts of your that's 3 parts of your home's electrical system. The grounding is 1/3 of it. Yeah.
And for like, if you people are telling you put stuff in the microwave, it's somewhat of a good idea, but you have to plug it in, and it only works if you have a good grounding system on your house. Because
I got 2 things to say to that.
If an EMP or solar thing come through, and if you had a warning, first of all, that it's coming, put stuff away, you know, only if that house had enough ground to where it would take the charge of whatever is coming towards you. And that's the same thing with the cloth and the bags, the EMP things. They don't know how big of an EMP or how magnified it would be once it starts rolling out, because that's one of the things that they can't interpret. Because if they let one off in the sky. It'll actually pick up charge from the clouds and everything that's around.
Just like lightning, yeah.
It'll multiply and multiply. So how do they know? How does anybody know that fancy bag that you paid $100 for to put your cell phone in will work?
Well,
Exactly.
Not to
I'm gonna
mention,
give,
afterwards, you take it out to see if it works. How's it going to work when there's no towers, no cell phones anywhere else?
thank you.
You got a fancy flashlight with pictures.
Yeah.
And the house that I'm in now, it was built in the early 1900s. I've got 2 ground rods in the ground, 15 foot.
Mhm.
And top of the house, I got it's what do you call it?
Lightning rods.
Lightning rods.
Yeah.
You know, the whole house is set up like that. So I know my house is grounded in that perspective.
Yeah, you about as secure as you can be as far as grounding goes.
But I ain't gonna try. I'm not gonna try it out.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you can't go and get these things. And that's the thing. Do you think you would have? I mean, the government's going to call everybody up or do that beep 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 thing, and tell you, oh, EMP's coming. Protect your
Yeah.
electronics.
Yeah, right. That's a good point.
Read what Robert Bates asked you.
Let's see. I'm sorry. I have a bad habit of not doing that. If batteries are removed and things are unplugged. But see, that's the thing you got to think about. The battery and unplug it, that's just a power source. What's it being affected is the batteries in the hardware, the computers on board, any type of hardware or computer
Condenser.
boards or motherboards, stuff like that. Yeah. Any of that stuff. But
Yeah,
this is one particular item on the list that we've probably all used these other things and other stuff you're going to mention, but this we just don't know yet.
True.
And they can
It's
test
a
it
theory.
on little burst, because it's not like, oh, we can set these off whenever, because like I said, depending on the friction in the sky and all kinds of other stuff, if they set a little one off, it could actually create a bigger one. And there's other things that cause these
Level.
the solar flares.
Yeah.
How much of it would get through to actually hit us? And how do you test for those things? You know, how do you can calculate how much it would go through something, but
Go up under.
it's like never seeing a tornado and saying, well, if you hold 2 2x4s together and stick them in the ground, you'll be safe.
Yeah.
Hang on.
And then all of a sudden the tornado comes and says, whoop, them 2x4s didn't work.
Yeah.
Go the helicopter.
Somebody knows, but just as a whole, we just don't know enough yet. Hopefully we don't find out.
The military has
Oh yeah.
some things that they can use through an EMP at a certain bit of power. If it goes over that, then it's going to fry it. And they have it to where when they set these things up, I can't say what they are, but when they set these things up, they actually ground in. There's somebody out there with a copper spike that pounds that in, and they hook hook this machine up to it to where if it happens, it's supposed to ground out. Supposed to.
Mm.
And again, they've tested it at a certain level, but if it goes above that level, it's going to fry it anyway. And that's the thing. You don't know what it's going to be that hits you. And this other one, I didn't quite realize this, but wheat. They say, and this is whole wheat. This is, wheat that you have to ground into flour and stuff. And this is because, when prepping thing was a big thing and everybody saying, go get wheat. It's cheaper and it lasts longer. The thing is, if you store flour correctly, it lasts a long time anyway. But if you was wanting to keep something for like 30 years or 40 years or something like that, I guess regular wheat, and then you would, the problem is you have to have a machine to grind it down or make a machine to grind it down. And that takes, time and energy to do.
And having the space to grow enough where it would be worth doing.
Yeah. But I guess that's a preference. If you like to, say you're going to make bread tomorrow. If you want to spend 4 or 5 hours today grinding that stuff up by hand, because if you're a prepper, you're gonna have a way that you're gonna do it a hand crank, because if there's no power, electric one's not gonna do you any good.
Hey, that's where bicycle comes in, hooked up to a generator.
So I need to look up how much corn is needed to grow to sustain and how much wheat is needed to grow to sustain.
Yeah.
Are we talking power or are we talking moonshine?
Oh no, we just like, growing in general, like would an acre of corn be enough? Would an acre of wheat be enough, or would I have to have 2 acres?
No.
Of course, family size would depend on the amount, but
Well, look at it like this too, okay? And I know a lot of people says they won't do this, but if you start preparing, I'm going to use that word, okay? And if you are a parent, you might as well go ahead and prepare for the ones that don't live with you, because you can't kick your own immediate family away. They're gonna come in
Well,
too.
some of them I can.
Well, yeah,
dealer's choice.
that's true. That's true. But you cannot prepare just for yourself if you are a family.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like that right there.
And this other one, there are going to be some people that don't like this one either. Emergency food buckets.
Oh,
They got all these calories that come in this bucket, that's supposed to feed a family of 4 for a week or something like that.
I got something to say to that.
Those things are so expensive that if you actually made up the meals yourself and stored them correctly, it wouldn't cost you a tenth of what they charge for that fancy bucket. Same thing with these ready to eat meals, to where you just pour some hot water in there and you get chili and all that stuff. For one thing, those meals are very, very bad for your health because they're loaded with preservatives, so they last 50 years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't have some of those because I've got the buckets myself because um, they were only $10 when they were usually $100 because they couldn't get rid of them.
That's the way I am. I've got a few of them.
Yeah, if I can get them cheap enough, I'll buy them.
And
Let's just say somebody had a butt ton of MREs sealed up, never been opened from like 20 years ago. Do you think they would still be good?
Some of the stuff, yeah.
the tractor wouldn't.
They're like the little, because the ones even 5 years ago, some of the stuff that they put in it are not going to be very good. They have candies in them and things like that are not, but the mills themselves, they're made to last for 20, 30 years, even though they don't have that long of a expiration. They can still last longer than that. Just a lot of the stuff that goes extra stuff, even some of the coffee doesn't last that long, but it's or the Kool-Aid and stuff that comes with it, or the
I may or may not have some that's 20 years old, so I may need to test one and see if it's good.
Yeah, the mills itself will be fine. It's the other little things that come with it that like the little candy bars and the fruit roll-ups, because some of them come with like little fruit roll-ups and stuff like that.
What?
That would probably be the best one.
What
that goes, you know.
Do you know how to do jerky?
Well, I mean, you could put it in a dehydrator. You could smoke it.
Well, I know that. I mean, you know how to do it.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've done it before. I need to get me I want to get me another dehydrator just so I could dedicate for that. To be honest with you, I know I could do it other ways, but I just want another dehydrator.
Well, see, what I'm saying is, why don't you dehydrate you some meat and let's say like make your own MRE. And
that's a good idea.
I can do that. I need to do that. That's a good idea.
Because see, I'm looking on YouTube right now. I have been for the last 2 months. Making your own MREs and your own meals in a jar like that. And the MRE, not the MRE,
we do that already. It's called canning and preserving.
Right. But let's say it costs you, a bag is going to cost you what, $35 now. You can go to the store, spend $35 into stuff, you know, to do it, and you can come up with 3 or 4 MREs for $35.
Oh yeah, you pay for a whole steak dinner just to get a bag of jerky now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think B's in here. Freeze drying. If you know somebody that's got a freeze dryer, have them
freeze dry.
You know, make some stew up and then pour it out and freeze dry it, and then divvy it up in bags.
Yeah,
I don't know nobody around me that's rich enough to buy freeze dry.
So it's like you're kind of preparing your own meals ahead of time instead of having them.
Yeah.
So how is that?
You could dehydrate your stew or dehydrate your stew or your soup, put it in your bag. You ain't got to carry around a heavy can. Get to your campsite, put a little water in it. Boom, you got your soup.
Yeah,
exactly.
I bet you B's has already done that in Mylar bags. I bet she's got meals in Mylar bags already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long does that stay good for? Without the preservatives and all that in it?
A good while. The cans that you get, like what was that thing that Crazy Irish was doing for a while until they got real expensive? Thrive Life.
Yeah.
It was freeze dried, potatoes or beef
Yeah.
or whatever.
Eggs or whatever.
You
Milk.
can actually get that and do the same, divvy it up and then put it together in a bag. And then you have a meal right there.
Yeah, you do.
But those are real expensive now. Those big cans, they're real expensive.
Yeah.
Nut House, pull up on YouTube,
See,
meal in a
told
jar,
you.
or how to make your own MREs. It'll walk you through it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Jeff.
Yeah, she got burgers and steaks, fruits and vegetables, eggs. Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
I'd be going to town on if I had one of those for a month. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
Everything in my house would be all freeze dried.
Yeah. Oh man, I definitely push it to the max.
I'd love to have one, but I don't have the money. Shit, I'd go buy a flat of eggs, 36 of them. Them suckers done got dehydrated. Or buy pork chop, chicken, whatever, dehydrated.
Okay,
And-
this next item here is body armor.
3/8 steel.
Now, there'll be a lot of people disagree with this because, and I guess it all depends where you're living.
Yeah.
Because imagine having, and I'm talking full body armor. This stuff is not light. Imagine going through the woods foraging for food, wearing again the same guy with the AR and the
Walking around looking like a
30 and the
stormtrooper.
shotgun and the 2 pistols, and he's all decked out in his body armor. On top of that, imagine that trying to get around, unless you are extremely fit, you're not going to move.
Would they,
You
would they,
go 5 feet. Let me sit down and rest.
but does he also have like the bullet things that are going across his chest, like a bandito, right?
Those plates.
Oh yeah.
Some of them plates are really heavy.
What good is body armor compared to a bullet to the above your shoulders?
Well, that's again the body armor is the headgear too, but it doesn't cover everything.
You're kind of like a suit of armor, right? Like all that extra weight would kind of keep you down after a while.
Uh-oh, Jeff hit the wrong button.
Uh-oh.
Doggone it, Jeff.
Stop eating all that shrimp.
Right. That's something we would put in the bug out bag. Shrimp. Texas shrimp. It's the best
There
kind.
he is.
They'd smell you a mile away.
Did I hit the wrong button?
Yep.
I guess. Unless
What?
your internet hiccuped.
What? You're gonna have to quit teaching me.
Hey, there you go. You broke my jinx. Hey, I'm cured. Sure bird now.
A few minutes ago, go ahead.
I was going to say, Jeff, would you want, and this goes for, well, I guess Eric too, because you're all down there. Imagine August when it's about 100, 105 degrees out.
Oh yeah.
100% humidity.
I love it.
You're running through the woods with all this body armor on.
That body armor better have built-in AC is all they got to say.
Yeah, I'm going less on armor and more on camouflage.
Yeah, really.
You can get clothing that's doesn't have plates in it that'll stop a knife, or it's not going to stop a 223 or a
I think I've
556.
seen something about that. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's not as heavy as the other stuff, but like
Yeah,
right. It's
Yeah.
like a yeah. I know
It's
what you're
like
talking
Close
about.
range.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a mesh.
What about that, Bush? Like what Eric's
Well,
talking about?
that's what it was getting at. It's not saying that, because there are these people out there that have the headgear on, and they have the
Everything, yeah.
the thing that goes over their neck so they don't get hit in the back of the neck. They've got the vest, and they got the pants on with the knee pads, and they're all decked out. They look so fancy. They
Juggernaut
look like
style.
they're trying to be a Navy SEAL or something.
Well,
Um,
and if they're
and
bad,
they don't know anything except for what they see on YouTube or a movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Rosemary Moon, get up with me via email.
a well sighted in scoped rifle,
But
300,
what about
300 Win Mag, take care of that anybody in armor.
Yeah.
what about the like what Eric was talking about though? I'm sorry, I missed that. Is that because lighter? Would you do that, or are you like what? No way.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's the ones that go way out overboard.
Okay.
And,
Gotcha.
and they over prepare for something that it's just it's a waste of money when they could be putting it into ammo or rice or beans or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes
What
sense.
it is, they got more money than they do sense.
Yeah. They buy all these fancy gadgets and they show everybody, oh, I got this today and I can see it in the dark,
You can also hear in the dark too.
and they got all this stuff, but they don't have a way to purify water.
Right.
Yeah,
It's always so much room, I guess, huh, for what you're going to carry.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, you have all this stuff at your house, but what if you have to leave your house? That's
Exactly.
when the
Right.
skill part comes in, the knowledge of how to do this stuff when you don't have everything.
Very
Bushcraft,
pragmatic.
I think you and everybody on here knows where I come from when I say I'm on a bug in. I'm too old to run. I'm too fat. I'm out of shape. I'll just shoot your ass. Simple. I'm not running.
The only way,
You can hire someone.
The
can,
only
like,
way
carry
I'm
you.
leaving this house is in a bag. That's it.
Exactly. I mean, look, if I was what age or younger, yeah, I'd have more. I'd have a bag probably about every 5 miles. You know what I'm saying? One bag to have ammo, another one would have what it takes. But in each bag, I'm going to have 2 bottles of water in that bag because
You telling my
without that,
secrets?
Right.
I wouldn't.
He can
But-
either confirm or deny those allegations.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
I'm like this. I'm
Jeff.
too old. I'm too out of shape
Right.
to run. They ain't but one way I'm coming at this house.
Look,
When it hit his plan.
When I
Here,
said
Jeff.
bag, I didn't mean a bug out bag. I meant a body bag. This is where
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm not going
What-
anywhere.
How far do you think we might have to go, Bush? Like we're in your plans. Like how far away from your home? Well, you don't have to. Maybe you shouldn't say. I don't know. But I was trying to figure for an average person. Let's say they had a big property, I guess, right? Then maybe they can have like what Jeff's talking about, stuff set up every mile or something.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Everybody has a different, like, look at 101. Look what he would have to do to get out of that where he's at.
Look at what you got to do to get out of where you're at.
Oh, I already know. I've already done it.
You'd have to drive probably, right?
My kids already know. Even though they're not in the house anymore, they know where I would go.
Where to go.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
You got to have a B, and C.
and I have multiple locations. I have buckets buried in these locations. They may not be my own property, but I would rather bury something on somebody else's property. And if everything went bad, I'd know where those are at, and I can just dig them up and then go.
Yeah, sure, bucket.
And I bet
That
you
makes sense.
property owners don't know they're there either.
Oh no.
And then,
and I know this ahead of time of the people who own this property live down in ER's state,
okay.
and they never come up here.
What about, like, say, if you had to reel bail, like, let's say, like, something took out the whole coastline or something, like California dumped into the ocean, or a big tidal wave hits New York or something, or whatever it is, or whatever, right? It were this whole, like, states on states are just toast. Like,
Well,
then
if you're in California and it happens, it just hope you're good with God.
Good thing.
right. What
Yeah.
about, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, not just that situation, but I'm sure you're right about that too. But like, if whatever
If you
happens,
got time to get out, you mean?
yeah, like if you had to, like, to leave beyond your comfort zone, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, is there a plan for that too, or?
Oh, me, I'd be good with that. It's just
Nut
I
House,
don't-
let me say something right quick. Okay.
Okay.
Right
Okay.
now would be the best time to start thinking, which route would you take to get over the mountains? Okay, let's say a tidal wave comes in,
Yeah.
all right, which is going to be the best way from where you are at right now to get over the mountains from your point to wherever you're going. It'd be a good thing to have 2 or 3 buckets already.
Oh
set
yeah,
down.
you're right. That's a good idea, Jeff.
You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
I
And
don't,
if you've
I
got
don't have
a
an army shovel,
vehicle,
but I have a shovel.
and if you have a vehicle, go ahead and store you some gas somewhere with a stabilizer in it. And if it's getting close to the gas going bad, get it, use it, refill it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. How long does the stabilizer make it last for?
I'm going to say
Year,
at
year and a
least
half.
a good year.
Couple years.
A couple years.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
stored
Good.
into like a metal container or like plastic or something?
Plastic, polypropylene, the red
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, it
Red
depends.
one.
It depends on the gas too, because they did well. You can look it up. They do studies all the time
Metal
where
can
they
sweat and
um,
rust.
they do
That's-
they go to gas stations and check how much octane and all that is in there.
Quality.
You know the numbers where it says 83 and 93 and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do studies, and they found out that majority of them are lying.
Mhm.
It's you're not getting what you're paying for.
Yeah, your mid grade is the same as your low grade,
You never get one.
Yeah.
you know. But
Wow.
I mean, just start thinking ahead. Well, what happens if this is going to happen in a couple of weeks? Where do I need to go? What do I need? Can I make it on 1 tank of gas? If not, how much will 5 gallons put in my car to get me from this point to another point?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
and see-
my kids would. I'd wake my kids up at 2:00 in the morning. It wasn't school nights or anything like that. I'd wake them up and say, "We got to get out of here," and I said, "Get your bags." And everybody had their own bags because there's not one bag for everybody.
Correct.
Even though you make a bug out bag video and oh, you didn't have this, you don't have that, and by the time that's 200-pound bag. But
Mhm.
they all had their own bags. In a certain time of the
Yeah.
year, we all got together and changed our bags from a summer bag to a winter bag. Now, we would actually, I would lock the doors and we would walk through town at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, certain routes. I'm not going to say how or where. And
No, don't
we
tell
would go
nobody
to
that.
a certain area and see how long it took us to get there and how quiet we were. And and they knew that we had to be quiet because you can still get in trouble for moseying through town and sneaking through town. And if we made it through without anybody really noticing us, we would do good. And, we would go to the movies the next day or something like that. But they knew the route and they knew, like if a vehicle was coming by to duck down behind something or, little things that they would remember. And
Everybody needs a good pair of binoculars with them too.
we did all these, we
Yeah.
did these drills, and it's just like, it used to be in the 80s and stuff. They would, what do you do if your house is on fire? You get down and you crawl through the house because the smoke, you don't see that on TV anymore. So nobody knows what happens when your house is on fire. What do you do? You always have a plan to get out of the house and meet somewhere if your house catches on fire. And it's just a fire drill, how many people still do those? Like so many times, somebody's house will be on fire and then somebody goes back in to get a kid or a family member or whatever, and they don't make it because the kid's already outside. He went out the back door and the parents didn't see it. That's because they didn't have a plan. And that's why it's always good to learn these types of plans.
Yeah, makes sense. Be
It's
prepared.
good to have a plan you can put in motion. That way it prevents you from having to put a plan when it's all commotion.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
we would go to a pizza place and have pizza, and I would say, was bad guys come in that front door, what do you do? And I would ask each one of the kids this. It's not like I was trying to scare them. I was just trying to, in case something happens, because it happens every day. And they said, well, we see the exit right there. We would go out the exit way. And I would tell them if they were right or not, or that, well, no, you're wrong. You're supposed to get your little sister and then go out the back door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, get my little sister and go out that plate glass window backwards.
Even now, if I go out,
That's the
I don't
thing.
sit with my back to the door.
No, never.
No.
Each kid would have, they're were responsible for, like, because if something happened to me, you're the next one that gets everybody in line, and you take care of this kid and you take care of that kid or sister or brother. The responsibility kind of went down.
Yeah.
God, I hate that. Oh well.
And my kids know how to use a bow drill. I'm not saying they can make a fire right off the bat because it's not easy, but they know the basics, to take their shoelace off and make a bow drill.
Yep.
And how it's supposed to, because it's just not, you get a stick in another stick, and then you rub it back and forth. There's a lot that you do to create that.
You got to make an indention.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now this next one, I didn't even know this was a thing that preppers prepped for, but baby wipes.
Oh yes, definitely baby wipes.
Yeah, I'd rather use a rag and water.
Well, when you get low, you get low on water, baby wipes help.
Yeah, but the only problem is, um, how many times have you? Well, there are mothers out there. How many times have you opened up your baby wipes and they were dry?
Got to keep them in a Ziploc.
That's because
Yeah.
it wasn't sealed back right,
Mhm.
Well, see, that's
or
the
the
thing.
bag was cut open.
Yeah, that's the thing. And if you already have water and stuff, wash rag and soap and water. And again, this is not saying you can't have these things. It's the people who over prep for they have like 10 cases of baby wipes.
Mary
Why do
Luck,
you
I
need
wish
that
you
many
had a
things
couple
of baby wipes?
I know people like that.
They're saying if it dried out, just add water to it.
Yeah, it'll
Well,
start
that defeats the purpose of it. Then why have it? If you have to add water, why have it?
Why'd you let it dry out for?
Now, if it
Well,
really
some of them
wouldn't,
come that way, all
if it
dried
really
out.
hit the fan, I really wouldn't worry about it. But there's this particular brand of wipes that I like getting during the summer, and they've got aloe in them. So when you out there in the
Yep.
summer heat, you wipe your face off, your neck, and your arms. Oh man, it gives you this pleasant, cooling sensation. I love them.
Yeah, sounds pretty
But
cool.
I mean, if it hit the fan, I wouldn't worry about them. But as a
Yeah.
necessity, I like them.
Mhm.
Well, I look at it like this. But when the crap hits the fan, there's going to be enough rags out there or material you can make your own rags with.
Oh
How-
yeah.
How long is the bug out bag supposed to last for? Like a day, a week, or like?
And that's your choice. It could
Yeah,
be
it's
24 hours, a week, or whatever. It depends on what you
the
got in there.
normal one is they say it's 3 days.
3 days. Yeah.
It's to get you from one spot to the other spot. But
Okay.
it's all your own thing. 'Cause I've got snare wire, and because 10 snare wires don't weigh anything, so it's not that big of a deal for me to carry some snare wires. I've got 3 rat traps
That I got to get.
in my bug out bag. That's not like I'm going to use them, but if I need to,
Be
catch
careful.
a rat or a chipmunk.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
like
you go.
to eat the rat?
Yeah. If you're out in the woods, they do
Yeah.
have rats out in the woods,
Right.
just like mice.
Don't
I
worry,
would
I'm
rather
going to
eat
eat a rat if he crawls in the bag with me.
I would rather eat a rat from the woods than a rat in the city.
Cleaner.
Yeah, they eat bugs and nuts and plants and roots and
Acorns
stuff.
and yeah.
The ones
Other
in the city
animal,
eat everything.
everything.
We got fruit rats down here, man. They're nasty.
Like I said, the only way I'm going to eat a rat if that sucker crawls in the sleeping bag with me.
You said fruit rats?
Fruit rats, yeah.
Well, at least they're vegan.
There's orange trees.
They're vegan.
Yeah, right.
Man,
They're
catch
very
them things.
conscientious.
You start a new market.
They're quite plump too. Oh,
India, I think.
Oh yeah, those are nice. If you can
Nice.
which
Yeah.
I've been looking. I don't want to spend a lot of money on it, but you can find those little reels, the really smaller ones. and
Yeah.
hook onto the bottom part of that, and you can get you some fish.
Bow
Oh,
fish.
yeah.
At it because most people that bow fish or use a crossbow to get fish, you don't aim at the fish.
No.
It's an
No.
optical illusion.
Oh,
I'm
good
glad
little-
you told me that. Now, next time I go to the fish store, I'll just aim ahead of it. And that way throw people off and grab what I got to get.
And I don't know why this is even on here because button compasses. It's some little bitty
Mhm.
ones that on the paracord.
Keychain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're gonna get if you're gonna carry a compass, make sure it's a good one. Those little button ones are novelty items,
Yeah.
basically.
There is the question I want to ask, but go ahead. If we end up having an EMP, or let's say something worse, a nuclear fallout, okay?
DVD.
All right. Hearsay is we're supposed to have a nuclear winter, regardless. Now, does that also mean that our poles is going to be off and north is not going to be north and south is not going to be south?
No. That's something that would happen not of this world.
Okay.
Outer space thing would happen. Type thing.
Okay.
Because it's been proven that those like the compass when Hiroshima happened, it messed up the instruments for the main boosh, but afterwards it went back to normal.
I got you.
So it's already happened to where it's been proven that it didn't do anything. Not
Yeah.
say if it was like a worldwide thing, what difference would it make anyway?
Well, like
Or
Grace
would-
Johnson also said, don't forget your medicines.
Oh yeah. Or alternative ways
Mm-hmm.
for those medicines.
Yeah.
And this one, I've said this one many times. This is gold and precious metals.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. That jumped up big time today. Your Bitcoin and your gold
Yeah.
jumped up.
Yep.
Oh, Bitcoin's already been going up.
Yeah, but it jumped again today.
No.
That ain't what I heard.
Yeah, I saw it on TV. 72,000. It's saying because of the other coin commodities took a dump, so Bitcoin went up.
No,
Something
not
else
really.
happened too that I think probably boosted it up.
Well, there has been one coin that is going nuts. It went up to 270% increase. That's why Bitcoin went up.
Oh yeah, there were other factors that made it go, but
Yeah, the other ones are pretty even right now. Because I've actually got it up right now because I was looking at it. But there's a lot of people saying November, if you was going to get into the Bitcoin itself, it's supposed to go up in November is the big jump.
What's one currently worth now? What's the current price on one?
What, over 7 grand per coin, I think.
It depends which ones you're.
I got you.
Yeah, right now it's at 72, and that's
1,000?
72,000.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what they said this morning.
Man,
Now, I'm gonna bring up that other coin. It may not be the same one you talking about. The E coin. Is that
There's a lot of ones that start with
okay?
E though.
Okay.
that's pretty much what these are. Electronic coins or digital coins, you know, in a way.
Because I've only seen advertisement, let's say for an E coin, once or twice, and I really didn't understand that.
Yeah, see, in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has only went up 5%.
What coin? Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. That's the number one coin.
Yeah.
And in the last 7 days, it's went up 5.5%.
I wish I got in on that when I was told about it.
Yeah, I have 200, but I can't remember my password, and my email is no more for that. So, what was that?
Oh, Robert Bates has got a darn good point there. Major problem with Bitcoin. If power goes out forever, you have nothing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
Well,
Now.
guess what?
me either.
That's the same thing. If your power goes
Yeah.
out, you ain't got no money anyway.
Well, that's
That-
true too. That's why they say keep money, cash on hand in reserve.
That's another thing. That money, that paper money, is useless.
True.
It's
Unless you need toilet paper.
you can't eat it. You can, but it's not going to taste too good.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little salt and pepper helps everything.
A little bit of barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
And where would you spend it at? Because all the cashier stuff is electronic.
Well, look at it like this. If cash
the
is
thing.
worthless. Go ahead.
That's the thing with, and this is just my, because everybody says prep gold and silver and metals and stuff like that. Me and you haven't ate in a week, and there's a guy that has. There's two guys over there, and they have. One has a can of corn and one has a gold bar, and you have
Can of corn.
something to trade for him. Which one of those are you going to want to trade for? The guy with the gold or the guy with a can of corn?
Yeah. Exactly.
You can't eat that
Depends
gold.
on the situation.
Now, after everything calmed down and the shift dissipated and everything was getting back to normal and everything, that gold would come in handy. But during a shift thing or whatever event, it's a little shiny trinket is about all it's worth.
Debbie, booze will be the best money for trade because you can use alcohol for cuts, stores, let's say to even take a taste every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, alcohol.
Regular
But that's
alcohol.
I'm
Or
talking
cuts.
like
Yeah,
Oh,
you drink enough of it, you won't feel the cut.
exactly. And if you drink
Yeah.
enough of it, you won't care about nothing.
Um,
So I
Definitely.
would put my bet in alcohol in a situation like that.
Yeah.
It'd be useful.
Something of value.
Okay, I'm putting
Yeah,
down.
actually, you could probably use it for fuel too, right? Like if you're,
Only if it's above what is it? 85 proof.
And depending
Am
on
I
the
right with
vehicle
that one?
you're putting it in.
Yeah.
I saw his
You-
video. This one guy, he had a completely empty tank of gas for his truck or something like that, and he just went and bought some like tequila or something and put it in the truck, and he it worked. It got him like from point A to point B.
Yeah, I seen a movie one time where this guy, all he did was drink moonshine. He ran out of gas and he pulled his pants down and filled his tank up.
It's probably pretty pure. I could actually see that working. You know, because
Yeah.
I don't know if it worked or not, but that
really.
it was funny.
Yeah, it's pretty comical.
That's how strong it is.
I also know somebody at the time that they ran out of gas and they was moonshiners. And what he had, he put in the gas tank, and no sooner he got around the curve, he got stopped and got searched. And they let him go because they couldn't find nothing.
Huh.
Yeah,
They didn't think about looking in the gas tank.
yeah, he got lucky because they usually, especially those trucks that have 2 tanks in them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Dual tank.
Yeah, I've known a lot of
I have
that
to.
would put it in the extra tank. Actually, it was on the show, I believe, where they done that.
Well, I don't know of nobody, but I have heard them putting a dummy gas tank, extra gas tank,
Yeah,
like that, just to put moonshine in.
yeah. Okay, here's another one, and then we're gonna get to the one where I'm
Cringing.
involved in this one. But the next one is freezers. Relying on, and that's a good point. Relying on freezers. I'm not saying you can't have a freezer, but if you got more than 4 freezers and you don't have any jars on your shelves, put it that way.
You better start filling some jars up.
Yeah, because
Out.
even if you have a generator, you have to have something to run that generator.
Yep.
Well, like Harvest Mary Moon also says, you can either salt or smoke your meat.
Oh yeah.
You don't know how to do that, you better learn.
Oh, that's old school salting, right? That goes back to
Exactly. And it never went bad either.
right.
It's still used today.
Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
Look at True Grit.
Mama just hang hands down the face.
Yeah.
Old school cooking or depression era recipes. I'll show you a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
they just stick it, and it's out in their barn. It's not like it's they have a special room or anything. They just set up card tables and set it right there in their barn.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, the flies and stuff get on it. It's covered with salt.
But then again, if you got snow and ice outside and your power goes out, just throw everything outside. It ain't like it's going to go bad.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
The snow or
But
something.
just make sure you ain't got no dogs.
I was going to say, it depends where you live.
Or maybe the scent would bring something else, like a bear or something.
Yeah,
maybe
you don't want to
maybe.
be sticking out a bunch of ribs and steaks out there, and you have a whole bunch of grizzlies around your house. Like, what's
I wasn't planning
Depending
on
on
eating
what it is, it may be some extra meat in the freezer.
but maybe they're hibernating, so then they'd be asleep anyway.
Yeah.
That doesn't always work.
Exactly.
Yeah, they get woke up.
Oh,
When they wake up, they're hungry.
okay. Well, then in
Yeah.
that case, maybe not such a good idea. Unless you're in an area where there's no bears, then probably be okay.
Yeah, what I'm getting at with the freezer thing is, instead of buying freezers, make sure you know how to can.
Yeah.
So if it does, power does go out, you have a way to can up all that food that's in them freezers.
Seeing as how you're on this right here, I know you wanting to jump to the next one. But a while back ago, Harvest Mary Moon had mentioned something in chat. What about if the power and everything goes out? Shouldn't people know how to can on a wood fire or a wood stove or something like that? And I'm going to let you answer that one right there, since it's your show tonight.
Unless you're real skilled in it, water bath, not pressure can on a fire.
Yeah.
Because that's, and you have to have a good pressure canner to do it on open fire.
Yeah, you do.
You have to
And
keep it
you
really
know-
regulated because the temperature can vary, unlike a
Mhm.
stove or something like that.
And
Well,
that's
see,
the
I was
only,
kind of
only
hoping
time I would
Bushcraft.
want a gauge on it.
Yeah.
Because usually I don't pay attention
Yeah.
to the gauges or anything if it's on your stove, because you have a temperature thing where you can adjust it. But and again, majority of canners are made out of aluminum,
Yeah, they are.
so you just don't stick aluminum over top of a fire.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was kind of hoping Bushcraft would catch on to my hint there.
Yeah,
But if you don't know how to water bath, go to Make It Make.
yeah, make it make. She's all into the water bathing.
Yeah. Yes, she is.
She got the cool little, because she does it outside on gas. But
Yeah.
she could
What-
do it on a fire too.
What happens to aluminum? Will it burst into flames or something, or
Aluminum melts.
It
oh,
melts.
melts? Oh,
Yeah.
And on top of it, when aluminum gets to a certain temperature, it releases gases.
ah, Huh.
That's why,
It's still pot.
again, you get these experts on YouTube that tell you to put these aluminum cans on a fire to cook their food on. Once that gets to a certain temperature, it releases gas into your food.
yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
on top
yeah.
of it, like probably 99.9% of the cans have a plastic seal inside of it.
Oh, yeah.
So
Forgot about that.
that's another thing that you can burn that out of there and then use it. See, there's a
I'll be
lot
back.
that these experts don't tell you about that stuff, because they seen another YouTuber say it, so it has to be true. And again,
No.
that's why I said, no matter who's up here telling you this stuff, always do your research.
My grandmother used to cook out of aluminum pans,
Oh yeah,
but they were thick. I mean,
Yeah.
thick. Not
And
the
it was
thin crap.
more
Best thing-
likely they were cast aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They did a
Was
great job.
What's the difference with that? Why does the cast aluminum work?
Huh?
Well, if it's pressed, it's not cast is, it's going to be thicker. It's poured.
Yeah, it's poured.
Oh, it must have a higher.
Right. A cast pan is just pushed down over a mold.
It's
Yeah.
molten.
Right. It's heated.
Pressed is just stamped into the metal, kind of
Right.
like cast iron. They cast the iron into the mold.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Right, like it's like an empty thing. They fill it up.
Mm-hmm.
Susie D, yes and no. It's preference, up to you. You still can it the exact same amount of time. And most of the time it's pressure canning, it's 90 minutes. Water bath, it's 3 hours for meat. And that's when you need to Well, there are what you call the rebel canners, but there are cookbooks and stuff for that too that tell you exactly the time and everything. But a roundabout, that's what it is. It's 90 minutes for pressure cannon and 3 hours for water bath. Oh. And the last one on the list here is knives. You shouldn't have too many knives.
Oh,
No.
Whoops.
Yep.
If anybody came in my house and looked at me and stood there long enough, I have enough ammunition to throw at him for a good 15, 20 minutes.
So I guess the folded knives would be out.
Well, the thing is, if you have a really good knife, you should only need that one good knife. But I'm always into the thing if what is the 3 thing? One is none, something like that. I forget what it was.
3 is 2, 2 is 1, 1 is none.
Yes, yeah, what he said.
there you go.
Always have a backup of a backup.
Mhm. Redundancy.
Yeah, because if one knife breaks, even if it's the best knife in the world, they break. Even you could have some of the best knife makers would get a bad piece of metal. They can look at it and it looks good, but it could have micro fractures in there that nobody can see until you bang on it and then ding.
Yep.
Vests are the same here.
So what you're saying is pack more than one knife as a backup?
Well, like I probably have 6 of them in my bug out bag. But again, that's probably overkill for me. But I could trade it for something else, an extra knife. I could trade somebody that doesn't have one.
Dude, I could start my own knife store.
You won't be carrying around your 3-foot fold-out knife.
Yeah,
I've seen those. Those are crazy, huh? Yeah.
Think about it. A sword.
There you go.
That's a good whittling knife, Bushcraft.
yeah. I even put this in a video. One time I was cutting something, and I said, "Here, let me get my knife off." My pocket knife. You really need a belt if you carry that pocket knife around.
B, where did you get that from?
You hand it the 101 and it's a sword.
Yeah, really.
Like Sting. Right.
See what B wrote.
Oh,
What?
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's why,
Locking.
Come on,
I think-
Phil.
y'all
Explain.
didn't see that story the other day?
No.
No.
No, what happened? They're like,
Yeah,
looking-
pretty much like it says. Yeah.
What?
Dude,
Why?
you let somebody even think about licking my armpit and see how fast they
Was
get
this
up
a,
off the
was
floor.
this a directive by a teacher or what?
You're licking.
This was sometime last week. I heard something about it. Yeah, the kids licking toes. I said, man, this is insane. I didn't even go any further than that.
Look, I don't even get.
Stove?
Yeah. I don't even lick my own wife's toes.
Well, that's private data, Jeff.
Yeah.
Well, private or not, I'm just saying I don't lick nobody's toes. Period. I mean, look,
I know.
I can let a lot of things go, but in my opinion, that's just flat out nasty.
Or
I
yeah,
am
got
not
this
eating
one.
no toe jam.
Yeah, I got this knife too.
There you
What?
go.
Oh, that looks like a paper cutter, like in
Oh,
Yeah, if you broke the handle off, yeah.
right. It looks like right.
Yeah.
I've been wanting one of those myself.
Like
Drill a hole in
zombie-
the end of it and use it as a
Zombie
cutter.
apocalypse. Like here's
Yeah,
some
it has I want to take that redo one and do it in paracord though.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Is that one? Is that from one of those paper cutter things?
No,
it,
that's
It
real
looks
nice.
like it though. Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Why is it designed like that? What's the purpose of it?
going through the
Cutting
weeds,
weeds.
clearing the pathway, or
It's kind of like
Yeah.
a machete.
clearing
Kinda
out who's in front of me.
Yeah.
Well, I put it like this: if I really don't like them, they can get in front.
All it says, you can cut a watermelon with one slice.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
and it
that's before it hits the ground.
Wow.
Oh, check that out.
Bare
Bare
bones.
bones.
Bam.
I like the name.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Really?
thick.
yeah, and
I
it's
Bare
imagine it will
bones.
go through some bone.
Oh, yeah, look at
hefty,
that.
too.
It's like a katana or something on the edge.
That'd be that knife would be hard to keep sharpened with the bevel it's got on there.
Oh, it's not too bad if you. I don't know if you can.
There's
Oh,
enough.
well, right there.
There's enough weight on there. You don't need it
Yeah.
to be super sharp.
Yeah.
It's gonna do damage.
Right?
Yeah, right now
That's
this
Yeah.
is really sharp, but you use it for a little bit, it wouldn't be too sharp.
Could you
Yeah.
shave with it?
Oh yeah,
And that's all that matters right there.
Even if it was dull, you could probably hurt someone with it.
and I've got sharpening stones, so
I prefer to be cut with a sharp knife than I had a dull knife.
oh yeah, dull knife, you get hurt with the dull knife.
Yeah, or a can opener.
What about like serrated edges versus the straight ones?
No, I didn't get that at Temu.
Mhm.
Nut House, be personal. I hate a serrated edge knife, period. I won't
Really?
buy
Why?
them.
How come? Maybe sharpening's harder or something?
Well, yeah, that's true too. I won't have one.
I like them when they have the dual purpose ones like this.
Yeah.
But then again, you have to watch it because when you
Uh-huh.
start sticking your thumb
yeah.
on there,
Yeah.
You know
It
who's
can
got a
get
lot
dangerous.
of a lot of nice knives is it Melissa Backwoods? That pretty blonde with the long braided hair. She's always doing her knife shows.
oh,
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Oh,
She's got like 20,000 knives in her home. I'm like, oh my
Oh,
god.
damn. That's all kinds of nice.
Yeah. Someone will come up with her name in chat.
Hey, Courtney, how you doing, lady?
hey Courtney,
Hey, I ain't quite that bad with 20,000. I'm close, but
No, you need that for. I'm gonna need that.
I bet you
Xena Warrior Princess.
Mm,
Xena or something. Huh?
I probably have close to 100,
Damn,
and that's not like kitchen knives though.
you ain't got many then, have you?
No, I don't. I've got I don't know how many.
I put it to you like this. I cannot go into any room of my house and not lay my hands on one
Oh
or
yeah,
two or 20.
I mean I've got some old junky ones and stuff like that I pick up.
Why? Hey, old junky one can hurt just as good as a good one.
Oh yeah, depending on the metal, because I can check out the metal pretty good. Depending on the metal, you can put a good edge on a knife, even though it's not meant for it. Oh, that's on my ammo.
Harvest Merry Moon, you cannot make an arrow out of just any branch. They got to be certain branches or certain types of wood.
Have you guys ever done that? Make it your own arrows?
When I was
I've
a
not,
kid.
not that you can shoot with a bow. I've not.
And
But
That looks
that's
hard.
what I learned from my grandpa. And everybody thinks you go up and get one off of a big tree and stuff.
No.
No, it's a branch that comes off of a tree that's been cut. Because those
Dry
go
it.
straight up.
Do you know how to make your own dowels?
Oh,
Wooden dowels?
Yeah.
See, there you go. You already got half of it licked right there.
I've got one of these in my.
No. I'm talking something like about a 5/16 dowel.
Yeah, that's what this is for. This hole is the
Well,
same
the
size
handle.
as this. So
Right.
if I fit this in here, I can put the peg inside that hole. So if
But
I'm
I'm
making
talking
something,
about, well, see, what I'm talking about, if you can make dowels, then you can make your own arrows if you had the right wood. All you got to do is get like a 5/16 hole going. And shit, get your damn cordless drill. Run it through there.
can you make?
I knew you was gonna do that. But a cordless drill, yeah, it spins it fast enough to go through the hole to make your own dowel.
Can you guys know how to make your own knives, like from scratch?
I haven't in a long time. My grandpa showed me how, and he showed me how to make the bow.
The bow too. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what kind of tree?
What kind of wood do you use?
If you
We used a willow.
Yeah.
Oh, probably because it's bendable
for
or
the
something.
Bow itself, not the arrows.
For the bow, willow.
Yeah.
Is that softwood or is it a hardwood?
It's a stretchy wood. It's hard because the outsides are more bendy, but you want a hefty middle part of it, and then you go from there.
Okay. Was it all from one piece of wood?
Yeah. Now there's other ways you can do it to where you have multiple pieces of wood that you can use to use twine or something around it.
Huh.
But you need the flexibility on the edges. Or
what about this? What's the string made of? Like deer guts or something? Or how do you make that?
When I made mine with my grandpa, it was trout line, the big heavy stuff. I don't know what it was called back then, but it was
like paracord.
They did, as far as I know, they didn't have paracord back then.
I mean, you make it from organic stuff to make the string, or is it like from prepackaged?
Well, you could. You could use tendons from an animal.
Oh, like a leg tendon or something, huh? Like,
yeah.
Oh, trippy. And then would tie it on. Interesting.
Well, that's what they used to use.
Oh, okay. I never knew that.
Indians and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, deer or buffalo, you figure their back legs that tendon's pretty long. Especially if you stretch it out and cure it the way they would do it.
Yeah, I have no clue how they did it or anything. I just know because that's what he used to tell me. He said Indians would use every bit of the animal. They'd use this part, and they would make the string for the bows.
What about the wood for the arrows?
That's the thing. We Now I don't know what tree it was, but trees that would be cut down, you have a log and it would sprout up branches on the side and they go straight up. They're always straight.
Oh, interesting.
And those were made into fences and all kinds of stuff. You'd be surprised how much, because that would be the thing. They would have a field of these kinds of trees where they cut them down. They would cut them down, and then the little branches would come up from the sides of that. They're always straight.
Oh man,
Well,
so you have to do anything, I
majority of them.
guess, right? They're already straight. So they
Yeah,
break
and
off.
Mhm.
And then you would cut the bottom off, and then you take the back of the knife and scrape it down. And
What about when
go
you
from
made,
there.
if you made a knife, right? Is that like bronze casting, like you guys were talking about earlier? You put it in a mold or something, or like
No,
Bone or stone.
Oh no, it was stone. What do they call it? Where they hit this?
flint and steel.
Yeah.
No, where they break the. They
I know
make
what you're
knives
talking
and
about.
stuff.
Oh,
Like
the
waxing
rock.
that up.
Yeah, they go
Yeah.
chipping or something like that. I forget what it's
Nipping with the end. Nipping.
called. And that's how they make arrows and stuff and knives.
oh, it's like
Yeah.
it
Out of
fissures.
stone.
These little parts of the rock fissure off, and that's how
Right.
you get the. Okay,
Yeah.
And it is very sharp.
Oh yeah.
what can you make one out of steel? Like I wonder how they
No.
do that.
I never made an arrow. It was just we would sharpen the end of it.
Sharpen the end of the stick.
Yeah, and it would go good enough to go into a tree. So
Yeah.
just a regular sharpened end of a stick. It didn't last long doing that, but
I think it would work. Though.
it was just a stick.
Huh. So that would
Now-
be fun.
Now there's the other part of it was harder to do.
The feather.
The feather part. If you cut the feathers, if you split a feather, and the feathers that we use were from grouse. If you split them, and then you can cut them down, and then use pine tar to glue them into the. You would carve little slots in there, and you would stick them in there, and use pine tar. I'm not sure. There's probably other ways that, like the Indians would do it, but that's just what way my grandpa showed me.
What about like it's like a blacksmith style, like to make like the instead of like using a rock, like using like actual steel. Like
yeah, that's a whole. You can't do it with. Well, Jeff will tell you this. You can't do it with just a fire. You have to have something like coal
Really
to
hot.
be able to melt the metal, because fire unless you get some air under it, it's not going to be able to.
Are you talking about making the knife out of metal?
yeah.
Well, or
Yeah.
the arrowhead.
All right. Do you have an old Weber grill by chance?
No.
I got one now.
Well, see, right there is your hell, what do you call it? No, I can't think the name of it. Anyway, you put your coal in there. All right.
Yeah, that's why I
Put-
said
put-
you
yeah,
could use wood.
No, wood just don't get hot enough, believe it or
Yeah.
not. I'll put your coal in a Weber grill and hook you up a hair dryer to it, believe it or not. And that way your coals will get hot. And the steel has to be a certain color of red, almost white, before you can really start forming it.
Huh.
Yeah, the best steel to make a knife out of, railroad tie. Damn.
Spikes.
Yes, railroad spike.
That's
Because
like-
that way, you know, you can melt it down, you can beat it. And good blacksmith, one who makes hammers, knives, has got more than one type of hammer. You've got one hammer for stretching the metal out. You got another hammer for beating it down, you know, to make it thinner or whatever. I think a good blacksmith has got 4 or 5 different types of hammers.
Oh,
to make
yeah.
a knife with.
At
You don't
least.
use just one.
Yeah.
And then you got your tongs. Because you sure don't want to touch it with your bare hands.
Yeah. You don't want to see Jeff in a pair of thongs either.
Not tongs. But then again,
Oh, don't forget the pink Speedo from the other night.
Big feel.
Sorry, Jeff.
Or like chaps, right?
chaps. I ain't never
What?
seen nobody wear
You
chaps.
mean, are you talking about ass chaps? You know,
Right, exactly.
Oh boy.
No. This is where I wish Roy was up here. Now, see, Roy, we've been knowing one another since we was 4. Every knife I've bought, he made. Believe it or not. And
I still got that image in my mind.
he done this for a good while. He was sent a letter to come on the show. I can't think the name of the show now, where all the blacksmiths
Forged.
go. Yeah, Forged in Fire.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he said the only reason he turned it down is on kind of a piece of equipment that he had. If he had to make a sword, he couldn't do it at home.
Oh, probably to put it in the oil.
No, not that. You know, to get the metal hot and everything.
Oh, he didn't have enough room. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, guys. It's
Vineyard
almost
chick.
that time. It's 2
Man, that
minutes
went
to
by
go.
quick.
I know,
Yeah.
right? That was
Good.
fun.
Yeah.
Or is Vineyard Chicks coming on tonight? With what's going on?
No, that's they put a short out playing it, and it's going to be the 16th, I think they said.
No.
Ooh.
So they will not be coming on tonight.
Yeah, they're going to be on tonight, but the song won't be available until the 16th.
It must be the way I put my words.
I don't know. But Jeff, have you decided you can come on Wednesday, or are you undecided yet?
I'm undecided.
Okay, it's just
I'm
keep looking for his thing to pop. Well, no, that's a bad thing.
No, don't go
his
there.
channel to see the advertisement come on.
As soon as she said popped, I knew exactly where you were going.
Yeah,
And
I heard Vineyard Dad keeps singing around the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They need him up on there singing also.
But we will see you guys over there on the Vineyard Chicks, and I'm not sure about through the week if I'm gonna go live or not. We'll have to see how things go. But thanks for everybody hanging out with us tonight, and we'll see you on the next one. And
Out.
we'll see you over at the Vineyard Chicks.
Now look, you ain't like